Welcome to John Gets Games. In this introduction to Ride the Rails, along with its Australia and Canada map expansion, I will be giving you a brief overview of what the game is like to play, and you can learn more details about it by watching the tutorial that I made where I teach all of the rules while the game is being played. You can find a link to that tutorial in the description of this video. Now, Ride the Rails is a 3 to 5 player game that usually takes between 45 and 60 minutes to play, and in it, players are going to be investing in a variety of different train companies. They will also be laying track out for those companies, and then most importantly, players are going to be riding the rails by moving passengers from one city to another. When this happens, those passengers can cross through many different rail lines worth of tracks on the board, and then all players will gain money, which is victory points, for the shares that they have in the railroads that match the lines that were actually used. Now, in each of the game's rounds, every player is going to acquire one stock in a company, and the company options will expand as the game goes on. Now, that share does not cost any money. In fact, you never spend money in this game. You just hoard it and then hope to have the most once the game is over. After everyone has acquired one stock, they can then lay track down in the companies they have at least one stock in, and you are going to be trying to build off the expansion that you've already done with certain companies. You might be working together so that certain companies that you have shares in and one of your opponents does get to specific spots that will be mutually beneficial for both of you, and you will also try to work things towards your interest to connect various tracks that might work out for the various stocks that you have so that you can get paid out for all of them when those rails are run. Now, when players move their passengers along, everyone is going to gain money, which again is victory points, when they have stock in those companies. So a key aspect to this game is figuring out which passenger they want to move and for how far, because in addition to that movement helping you, it's likely helping your opponents out as well, and you want to make sure you are coming out on top. Now, I did mention that in the tutorial for this game, I actually show the Australia and Canada map expansion. The base rules for the game are the same for these expansions, but the maps bring in a couple of new ideas. On the Australia map, there are long distance tracks, which are much harder to get to, but if you manage to be the one to make the final connection, you can get a big cash payout. And on the Canada map, there is a cash payout for making a big link around the cities on the outside of the map, and there are also some interesting restrictions due to the geography of that map. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning, I will describe the details of how all of this works in the tutorial that I made, and you can find a link to that tutorial in the description of this video.